Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to a little bit more Kids Next Door, which is Shadow's Patreon game of choice. I did not manage to figure out why the loading times were slow, but I also didn't test it with another version of Swiss. I could probably try that, but I also don't want to break it. Is this on an SSD? Oh, technically it is. It's stored on an SD card in the GameCube. This is, as always, on a genuine GameCube. But the other games loaded fine, but this one for some reason is super duper slow. Okay, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels left. All right. Genuine, is that the name of your PC? No, the name of my PC is Mortain. Internally, that is. If you're asking if I name my computer hardware, then I'm just asking you, why are you weird? Who would name their hardware? The only name I have for my hardware is for my CDI, and I call it an abomination, but that's about it. Now, I really should install, I should grab one of the other games I have had downloaded and see how the loading times compare. But it's like, it might just be that this game's loading is abysmal, but I hope you have a minute. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Like how sailors name their ship. Yeah, but I'm not a sailor, am I? It's only a little weird. So the next 2 days will be a bit weird. Normally, I would stream a co-op game or KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic tomorrow, but I'll probably be spending some time with friends. So if Baz hasn't died from brain aneurysms yet, I might do that in the afternoon. Should still be fun. And you could argue this is a Zelda. I mean, it's an action platformer, and Zelda I would qualify as an adventure platformer, but I mean those lines are thin, and the girl is. It's basically a Zelda game. He hasn't. He hasn't died of brain aneurysms yet. Just wait until I stream Exapunks. A few people were talking about that and how the game was, how I own it and I haven't played it yet, and also a little bit about where the complexity in 7 Billion Humans came from, which was C Fusion's Patreon game. Mostly in that you have these separate threads that aren't position aware, but you somehow need to hack that in. If only you can't random walk in Exapunks. Oh man, what an awful game! Yeah, no wonder that game I haven't played it yet. It didn't have the allure of random walks. But I'd like to try that. Oh, by the way, see Fusion, now that you're here, I don't know how expensive that CCP Parents whatever game is, but if it's expensive, I'm not buying it myself because it would be a bit moot to get a Patreon for a certain amount of money and then have to spend it all on games if I don't have to. I did it for some of Shadow's games because I'm an idiot, and when the game was like $5. Well, $6. All right. Well, it's to see the sale should still be going on, right? Well, $6 I can is overseeable. It expands your collection. Yeah, well, that too. I own such amazing titles like Reign of Fire now, and what was the other game? The only other game I bought was Super Mario Golf.
Okay, number three, listen close. Your mission is to collect enough hamsters to
I'll see how
power up the
expensive it
doors so
is.
you can get to the power core. Then,
I
if
should
we
shouldn't
get
be
enough
more than
hamsters in
$5
power
then.
core treadmills, we should be able to power up the treehouse.
Okay, number two. Is it also my mission to hug and kiss each and every fuzzy little hamster?
Yes?
Okay, little hamster.
No, fuck no, no Neb Nebs.
For me now. I know you want to play instead, but well, okay. We'll play hamster go seek and then you'll power up the door.
Kids next door operating instructions.
Double jump, glide, and fire weapon. All right, let's see. So, okay, I see. So we're a little bit more agile than others, but oh, I don't have a weapon at all. It's your setup. That yeah, I knew that. Um, oh, Shadow. But I assume they're also playing on a genuine copy, which is always, which is Like, I'll say it this way, genuine copies can always be different. But I don't know if the slow loading is due to my setup or something I can change. As in, if it's due to the fact I'm using an SD card or the Swiss version is bad. And I'm actually kind of sure it's the Swiss version is bad.
Chase the hamsters, watch 'em run. Catch
15.
so much fun. They're
Oh
so
boy.
furry, and they scurry, and they
Yeah,
hop
exactly.
around.
Like that's a big difference. But I remember the patch notes for the when I was updating it, it had like patch notes that said like better emulates loading times of something, and I think they fucked something up there. So I'll just check if there's a newer version that has like fixed slow loading. The PS2 speedrun was 30 seconds for. You mean in total or per level? I assume you mean per level, but even that was faster than this is. Per load screen, yeah, it's about twice as fast. The thing is, I don't. It's because I threw away World Tour when putting up this game. I can't easily compare it. But even then, it shouldn't be too hard.
There should be an elevator down here somewhere. I'll need to ride it back up to glide again.
That's some nice looping music there. Not keeping. Hey, look. I only have enough space for like one GameCube game on my SD card. What do you expect me to do? Hot swap the damn cards? Because I can do that, but I refuse to. I think we literally just missed that single one. Wait, no, never mind. Here it is.
Whee! That was fun! I want to do it again.
Buy a better SD card. I can't. The Swiss software used for loading the like the no, sorry, I need to say it right. The action replay I'm using to oh, there were more than 15. Oh, but I only needed 15. Okay. The action replay that I'm using only has supports for yeah, there's more here. It only has support for like a specific type of SD card. Like very specific. It just refuses to load otherwise. So I have to use this fairly crappy micro SD card of like 4 gigabytes to even get it to work. Because it just won't otherwise. Whenever when I did load GameCube games of the other one, if I would leave it in, it just would load the default screen for the action replay, which is like cheats for video games. Which I think it loads into RAM then.
I didn't know you could run so fast, Pokemon.
Can I run here? I can just fly. This is like some kind of awful herding minigame. Come on. Let me get you. Come on. hack your genuine GameCube to get it to work with less shitty. No, there's an architecture reason for it. Like, I remember the site explicitly stating only these will work, and I think it's because like that SD card is in the GameCube's. Oh yeah, by the way, the GameCube, sorry, the SD card is in a memory card slot. And it might be that to get the GameCube to talk at all to that thing, they have to use specific hacks that only one thing will work with. And it wouldn't surprise me if the loading times are also due to that. I'm not entirely sure. But hey, if it works, it works. And the loading times, as Shadow mentioned, the loading times weren't this bad before. So I'm pretty sure it's just due to the version of Swiss that I'm using. But hey, I'm glad it works at all. It allows me to play any GameCube game, which means that would also make like Shadow's request for what do you don't they run away while flying? Maybe, but it still works fine like this. It also makes Shadow's request of playing it on a genuine GameCube. And I guess he never asked to do that. It makes it a lot easier to do that. Well, this is... Well, that was easy. And I saw a 2x4 upgrade as well. Yeah, there it is. If you can play any GameCube game, I would love to see you play Diddy Kong Racing. Sure. I mean, you have... Yeah, I can play any GameCube game, any PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3 game, any SNES game, any... What else do I have? I think that's about it. N64, yeah, I don't have an N64 flash card. Those are actually more expensive than you'd think. I do want to get one of those sometime, but they're like $150. So yeah, ain't cheap. And unlike like say the PlayStation or something, the medium isn't. Yeah, I mean it's not cheap. As for the PlayStation, I just chipped it, or it's hacked with some local firmware hacks, and I can just burn a CD. But yeah. Wait, what was that? A flower? So what gun do we have? Oh! Well, that makes this a lot easier. Come on, come out with your hands up. I swear I won't shoot. I'm not American, I think. Asian American, same thing. Diddy Kong and Smash were the only console games I've ever owned. Smash is really good. Never played the one for the 64 though. I played... Well, I guess I didn't play Melee either. I played a lot of... Sorry, which one did I play? Oh, I played Brawl and the 4. But yeah, the thing is, I don't mind buying physical games for Patreon, for example, because I like owning physical media. But the price still needs to be reasonable, of course. So I could look on my local second market and see how expensive Diddy Kong Racing would be. Although, well, I really need to get a good N64 controller, because the current one I have is really bad. Because while I think some people would enjoy me playing around with awful controllers, I don't think it would be as fun to hear me say, oh well, shit, my controller's broken too. Guess we're gonna end the stream. Pretty standard for N64 controls. Well, mine is even worse than that. I also heard some hamsters here. Are they up there? Up here in the trees? They're in the trees. Nah, I think they're just up this. I remember using a controller that wasn't a three-pronged monstrosity. Might be you had a third party. I could also just look for decent third-party N64 controllers. I just haven't much. Because I played... I own, like, 2 games. I have Donkey Kong 64, I think. And I have... what is the other one? Super Mario 64? And I have one more. Banjo-Kazooie.
Keep it up, number 3. Just a few more hamsters and you'll have enough power to use the elevator.
At the arcade fighter controller. Well, I could probably look up. Yeah, they just disappear as I thought. Xbox controller with that sounds pretty good, actually. Not gonna lie, that sounds very usable. But I'll look into that. If you want to play GameCube games or would like to see them, I could look into. I could look into the game itself and the controller. Because I used to, for example, use very bad GameCube controllers as well, until I decided, no, that really wasn't worth my time. Yeah, N64, you're right. Until I decided that really wasn't worth my time. So I just, well, I bought 2 good ones, and then I bought the Super Smash 4 collector's edition that came with the controller. And my god, it's a great controller. I'm using it right now. It's an extended one. So it has like a meter-long cord, which means I can sit like an age away from my actual GameCube and still have it connected. I think that it's like 2 meters long, and it's like it's a really good controller.
Oh, come on already! I don't want to spend all day watching number 3 play some stupid hamster game. I just want the power back on so I can play some real games, some video games.
This is a real game, Wally. These are real hamsters, and you
What a nerd.
hurt their feelings.
Can you at least hurry a little?
Yeah, those releases were great. It's a bit unfortunate that they're insanely expensive because they were, I think, only issued with the with like the release of the with the special edition, so they were made in relatively low quantity. But I mean, if you had the means to get one afterwards, or were fast enough to buy it, like me when it came out, you could have a really good GameCube one. They were available from Wii to Wii U as well, I think. What do you mean exactly from Wii to Wii U? You mean they were released with the updated versions of those games as well? It's possible. I know that the one I have came from the Switch one at least. Ah, time frame, yeah. There we go. Could be Wii era.
Isn't it? Okay,
I mean, they were still available in the...
we'll be back in business.
Yeah, I guess the just buying them new. But this reissue, release them every Smash. Yeah, I remember something like that as well. But I know that they just don't make them anymore now. So it wouldn't surprise me if this version for the Switch is the last run of GameCube controllers they'll ever make. Because despite, like, those adapters, because Smash ain't new. Yeah, well, I bought 3 for a reason. Yeah, of them. Well, on the one hand, I know there's a lot of people who want these kind of controllers, but for Nintendo, that kind of market is tiny. And doubly so for the adapters. Like, I can't imagine many people needing an adapter. I'm sure that if they sold them separately, they'd sell a decent amount, but not in the volume Nintendo normally would. Third party is I do sort of expect Nintendo to keep it backwards compatible. I mean, as long as they just have USB ports, it'll be fine. Although I'm not. That being said, I'm not sure if you could use the Wii U controller adapter with the Switch. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. There we go. Wii U one works for Switch. That's what I... okay, that's what you got. Yeah, I wasn't sure. But frankly, I knew that I was gonna get this version, so it didn't really matter to me. A little bit good tell me I had a brawler controller. Okay. Well, I mean... Oh, nice clipping through it.
Wow, now that's a lot of hamsters. I just want to hug them and squeeze them. Oh, look at that one and that one. So many cute, cuddly little hamsters. Oh, it's a hamster party.
This is really annoying, by the way, the fact that they just all, like, shoot around all the time. There we go. But yeah, the adapters are great. I hope Nintendo keeps releasing them, but frankly, I don't have, you know, a lot of hope there. Nintendo haven't really been all that sane all of late with some of their business decisions. It's why there are more than required out them. Imagine, yeah, it would be impossible. The previous ones would have been doable because they just scurry around. It'd be tedious but doable, but this? Nah, this would be impossible. So where do they then go? Just 5 more. Nintendo has a history of being not very consumer friendly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the middle bit, that's where we need to go. 4 to go. Nintendo it's just a weird company by all definitions, basically.
That's it, number 3. You've collected the last of the hamsters.
So at the end of the mission. Wow, we did it. For every genius thing they do, they match with an idiotic one. No, it's more like for every genius thing they do 2 things. One thing to like take away from that genius, and then 2 stupid actions to take away from it. In general.
You little fuzzy hamster friend.
It's like, oh hey, here's a 3D All-Stars.
Hey,
A great way to let people, experience the older games on the Switch. Oh, it's 60 euros. That's a bit expensive. Oh, but they're ports? No, they're emulations. Oh, yeah, wonderful.
One more hamster, I'm gonna...
Oh, you can only buy it until March, and then you just got like going like, what the fuck are you doing, Nintendo?
Or something. All right.
Okay, to be fair, the
Spanky-Lot has a list of children.
Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy, was a recompilation for the Switch, but that's about it.
More than happy to take him down myself as payback. Freeze, Count Spanky-Lot. Hands where I can see him.
No. These hands are just getting warmed up. Already
Oh, yes, his name is Spanky-Lot, by the way.
that work spanking the naughty children in this neighborhood. Have you been naughty number 1? Well, have you? Oh, still plenty of darkness to enjoy.
It sounds like the song.
And so many more bottoms to spank.
But yeah, Nintendo's just like, for example, to get back to the 3D All-Stars, for Sunshine, they use an emulator. They emulate the GameCube version. However, their emulation does some very it's clearly home built. Like, of course they wouldn't just copy Dolphin. But what I read it in a blog post about the Dolphin emulator, that there was this very strange issue in one of the worlds where like debug cubes that show a path that would show up before in the Dolphin emulator, and it was like, okay, there's this super complicated thing with like bitmask and buffers and what have you not, and they had to hack around it, and so Nintendo at least had the care to work around that issue. Either they wrote a super duper good emulator, which I frankly doubt, since you can't do that with JIT compilation, or they at least had enough care to hack around it. So it's this weird back and forth of something shows they care a lot about their products, and then another one shows that they're just complete nincompoops bumbling around with these IPs and just kept afloat by the collective nostalgia of these nerds. Yes, it's always blog posts, man. But they did the time shit with the Mario 35 the Super Mario's 35th anniversary stuff. With a few more games, they did that timed stuff. It's just really weird. Yes, of course, Fusion. I know that some of them are made by programmers and some aren't, but it's still the same company that does it. And it's not usually things from upper management trickle down decision wise, but it doesn't go the other way around. So it kind of shows you that the people who care, who work on that product, and the like Miyamoto, for example, very roughly speaking, he is upper level management, of course, but still he cares about the products. But you know that there are some like idiotic accountant and CEO somewhere that says like, oh, if we limit the availability, we'll get FOMO and we'll get more sales. And the guy's like, oh yeah, it doesn't care about how it hurts their sales. And I think expecting a company to make consistent decisions is a pipe dream. I'd like to see it from Nintendo, because they're always like so cloaked. Like the decisions they make are never they're never like oh, we made this bad decision due to technical reasons, for example. No, they make bad decisions because of greed or something else that is not very difficult to fix in a general sense. It's like Super Mario 64 released the 3DS version alongside it, for example. Had a ton of extra features. Shouldn't be too hard to load both of them at the same time. Since I'm 100% sure that they already had these emulators lying around for the N64 and the GameCube, because you just know they're gonna release that.
Time for your spanking, number one. And do not bother with the shooting at my hands of justice. I assure you, the darkness makes
Nintendo has the same generations. Has had the same management for generations. Yeah, exactly, and they're Japanese as well, and that's not Madison. And yeah, well, you know why I'm saying that. I'm a raging racist. No, they're just their world culture is very different.
That's it! My shots can overcharge these bug zappers to make them brighter. Now, if I can just lure those hands of justice into the light.
There we go. Oh, we still have the upgraded one. Nice. But yeah, the fact that Nintendo doesn't learn is frustrating. But it's like, a lot of people also don't want to... Like, they still enjoy the products they make. So it's this weird thing where they're not that bad yet that you would, like, boycott the company for a lot of people. 2x4 in the corner. Where? The one over there? Oh. Please don't tell me you infinitely respawn. That would be really annoying. There we go. 1 out of 6. Ugh. There we go. Oh no, that was it. Oh look, there's more of them as a reward. Thank you. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, I just really want them to do better. And they're always so close, so darn close. But they never learn. When will they learn that their actions have consequences? Fixing greed sounds harder than overcoming hardware problems. You would have an easier time convincing a company to rebuild an engine from the ground up than to curb their greed and sell it with good profits. Yeah, exactly. It's like the... I would have found the €60 price tag acceptable if they would have been more of remasters. And for the Galaxy one, I would have accepted, you know, there's not much to do that. Just make it run at a higher frame rate and I'm good. But Super Mario 64, just do, like, take the 3DS ports, or was it the DS port? I don't know, like, the DS version, and just update it a bit. Make it have a higher resolution, higher frame rates, yada yada yada. At least Nintendo tries to be, yeah, because they also, I mean, at least they've realized what makes them a lot of money, and that is, like, letting Miyamoto do whatever weird crap he wants to. But yeah, I understand, like, it's easier, it's more difficult to create that, like, actual €60 of value compared to just slapping on a €60 price tag and calling it a day. And I think they also know that, you know, they don't have to put in all the work. People will buy it for 60 euros. Or whatever price. Like, they could have put on 80 euros. Does he not have eyes? They could have put on 80 bucks and people would have sold it. And the Nintendo fanboys would have been like, yeah, but it's 3 games in one. So of course they're allowed to charge you 60 bucks for it. I appreciate Nintendo when they do it right, but, well, as with any company, you should still criticize them hard when they go, when they have it wrong. Because in the end, it's the general sentiment of the audience that determines how much money they make.
All right, now back to rescuing those poor children from Count Spanky-Lot's spank-happy minions.
Yes, the spank-happy minions. Ugh. If the general sentiment shifts enough, they might learn, but with their audience consisting for quite a decent amount of children, that's not gonna happen, because kids don't care. I don't think there's a single game that I would consider worth 60 bucks. I personally never pay more than 40, and only if I really want to play it. Generally buy it for less than 10. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I still think that paying more than 10 bucks for a game is fine. Because in the end, that's also a personal choice. The reason why games are 60 bucks is, well, right now is more of a historical reason. And they want to raise it to fucking 70 euros. I don't know, man. On the one hand, like, people should be paid for their products. But game profits are usually huge. So where do I have to go? Is there another door that I missed? So I'm not concerned with them earning a little bit less by selling it for cheaper. It's more that there are games that I could talk to kid. Wait, which kid? Am I being stupid right now? I may have been walking away from, looking away from the screen for a little bit when I really shouldn't have.
Back off!
Oh!
Thanks.
I could not see them.
Next door? Wow, I gotta tell my friends. But, I think they're all getting spanked too. Any chance you can save their butts like you did mine?
There's probably something right around the edge here anyway. There's a lot of them, sire. They justify the price with high production costs, but the production costs are way too fucking high. They don't need 100 million to develop 100 next-gen graphics. I did ignore the cutscene. Just give me a good game. The thing is, there's a lot of people who do care about those graphics, and crafting high-quality graphics, it does cost a lot of money. So that is just a personal opinion there, C-Fusion. And there are a lot of games that are just way more expensive than they need to be. But I think it's a bit of what do you say? One of those cases where people paid more money, thus it's more I need to kill this. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, he will follow me down. That's what I was wondering. Don't like a lot of popular indie games with cheaper graphics. That's a, again, personal thing. I personally don't mind as much. But I can also appreciate a good-looking game. I mean, I've got a bloody 2070 for a reason. But it's a bit of a mixed bag, because on the one hand I think that developers getting paid more for their product isn't per se a bad thing. But it is when it transfers into greed, and it kinda is doing that a bit too much. Like one of the devs saying, "Oh, I think games should start costing $70," and I'm like, no. Why? Like even games that cost so much money to make, like a lot of the money is usually either put into advertising or just stuffed into, you know, into profits. And I don't mind spending money so you can make like more experimental stuff, so you can make slightly weirder concepts. But it's, you know, a bit much sometimes. It's a company to company. Yeah, of course. Like some companies do it a lot better than others. Thing is, I think a lot of game companies are kind of happy the way it is right now. You have they spend they try to get the big bucks from the people who are willing to buy it for that money. The suckers who are willing to pay $60 or more. Ah, bollocks. And then they can just put it on a sale and then keep selling it, especially in this digital age. It's a lot less of an issue. It's just a lot easier for a company to just perpetually sell their products. Of course, you still have idiots like Activision, I think, who sell like the original Call of Duty for like $20. And at that point, you're wondering like, why? I'm not saying I don't have good graphics, but the problem is the industry standard for good game has kind of become synonymous with graphics that are too much of a focus. I mean, yes, of course, that's not a strange thing. I mean, it's been that way for ages. And that's not to say that there haven't been good games that haven't focused on graphics, just that, especially a more casual audience, will always go for the better looking game. I mean, do you remember, well, you probably don't, and neither do I, but I know the consequences of it. Like the whole 8 versus 16-bit graphics stuff. Like consoles, it was all about graphics. But a game that looks like shit, you don't want to buy it. Exactly. And those big budget titles, they sell so much because they cater to a lot of people who want a good visual experience. Like, it's the same crowd that wants a movie. That's the kind of people you're catering to, and that's just a different audience. And the people who say like Battlefield 5, gameplay, frankly, kind of mediocre. Looks amazing. And there's a lot more games like that. How do I get up there? There's a lot more games like that. That just, frankly, don't have amazing gameplay, but they look really good. And they just sell a shit ton of copies of those.
Kids Next Door scam. Soup can and magnified photon laser.
Nice. I get it, but I also don't get it. Seems very stupid to look to the games. We're literally shooting light at them. How is he not getting hurt? To look to games, because not everyone cares about gameplay. A lot of people just don't give a hoot. They want pretty pictures. I mean, defining games as interactive movies really isn't all that weird. It can be both. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people go for the visual experience. They care about games because they look great. I hate the look of Undertale, so well, yeah, exactly. Personally, I think Undertale is fantastic and deserves all the praise it gets despite its looks. But I can also enjoy Battlefield 5, which frankly has shit gameplay, but it looks amazing. And I enjoy, you know, new blowing up Nazis. How do I lure these away? I play very few. So do I. I'd say most of the stuff I play is fairly low graphic. I mean, look at me now. I'm playing freaking an N64, sorry, a GameCube game that and well, this game isn't all that great, but you know, some of the other games I've played on the GameCube were great. There we go. But we can destroy these. Okay. They're coming from the bushes. What is this, a Zelda game? Come on. Games that have bad looks because they didn't spend any money there won't get my money, or if I hate the art direction. Well, for games like Undertale, it's a bit of a weird one because on one hand, he just didn't have the funds there for like a one-man game. It's not exactly a wonder it was that simple. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to like it. Of course, I'm not saying you can't buy AA games. Sorry, not saying you can't, but AAA games are basically required to always have cutting-edge graphics. That, in my opinion, has definitely harmed some games. What do you think the definition of AAA is in most people's minds? In my mind, a game that has a ton of money behind it because it looks great. The thing is that for the gameplay, you're kind of done at a certain point. But for graphics, that's the place where you can sink the money. AAA graphics. Cyberpunk, for all that it's worth, looks great. And I'm talking about their intended vision, not their current buggy as all hell products. Could I? Ah. There we go. Come a little closer, please. There's health there. Come on.
Hey, that hurt!
There we go. I'm still not sure how to defeat those guys that are up there that I can't seem to lure near anything else. I guess we have to do that before. Say Paw Patrol. I won't. Why would I play Paw Patrol? Does look amazing when I can. Yeah, exactly. Cyberpunk is really just a game of don't buy now, buy later. As Krebsik says, the patient gamer always wins. Cyberpunk is like... Cyberpunk is worth 60. Of course I didn't pay that amount because I Oh, hey. Hello. I didn't pay that because I got it gifted, but still, it's a game that I would have paid 60 for because it is it is a game that has like the kind of love put into it. It's a lot of Cyberpunk, especially when the bugs are fixed. It's a game that is kind of an example of what would be worth 60 bucks. Because not only does it have great graphics, it has a lot of attention to detail when it, you know, matters. And it shows a lot of love went into it. And a lot of crunch. Jesus Christ, so much crunch. Okay, where do you want me to go? Ah, there's the door. And it's really fun. Paw Patrol is great. You'll find the puzzles a tad challenging. Thanks there, Strudel. Appreciate it. A boss fight? A loading screen? I hear half the budget went into rendering one ass. Oh, it sure looks like half of it went into rendering Panem's ass. The release was the signs of bad corporation parts, but such is the reality of the industry. Yeah. We're 60 here. Take it 0 or leave it. You can always just try it out, you know, on the pirate frequency and then buy it later. Frankly, I don't think you should buy Cyberpunk right now. You just wait. It'll make for a better experience. Yeah, the release was like... We still don't... I don't think we'll ever know really why it was the way it was. Maybe in like 15 years. When some guys talks about, oh yeah, by the way, that Cyberpunk game, yeah, total shit show due to X. But my running theory is still contract shenanigans. Like the I can't imagine that they wanted to do it this way. There was Sukuna played the torrent like, yeah, exactly, that's perfectly fine. I am perfectly alright with that business plan. Yeah, exactly, Worm. I think the Google one is the one that did them in Stadia. Since Stadia, you know, it was kind of ass. They even had a deal near the end where you could buy Cyberpunk on Stadia and you would get like 3 months of Stadia and a controller for free, which was basically already like more than 60 bucks. So you could really see they wanted to like kind of get it out there, basically get people playing it so they could get market share. And they knew that Cyberpunk on Stadia would be decently big pull. And yeah, well, that not releasing ever kind of sucks. So I think Google basically said, here's a contract, black on white, you release in 2020, or else you don't get money, or even worse, they have to pay money back. There were so many things, and they spent like so much money on advertisement, money that could have gone into, you know, not crunching your employees that much. But what do I know? Maybe shouldn't talk so much while drinking. Or you could buy now to support it and wait 6 months to actually play it. I don't agree with that. I think you should also show them that this is not the way to release a product. Then, frankly, I would rather someone pirate it and then buy it in 6 months when it's actually fixed. But despite that, yeah, don't reward bad behavior. Despite that, Cyberpunk has been the third most selling Steam game for 3 weeks in a row, and it sold a metric fuck ton of copies, showing that you can stab your reviewers in the back as hard as you basically can and still earn fuck tons of money.
Join me, number one, and at my side, you can spank them all like naughty little Louis, that naughty Cedric boy, or Lizzie.
Sorry, Count, your days of spanking are... Hey! You leave my girlfriend Lizzie out of this!
Girlfriend? Yes. Well then, if you
This is a bit lewd for my tastes.
perhaps she will.
Contracts aren't exactly bad behavior, just bad contracting departments. Yeah, kind of. I think in that case it was just
If I don't get some light
like
down here fast, I'm going to get my butt whooped.
the developers basically
Switch the direction those spotlights on the clock tower are pointing.
um
Try this on.
basically the developers or the management, whatever, thinking, oh, we'll be fine, we can do this. And turns out, they couldn't do it. So they're making like way too lofty, what do you call that? Promises, yeah. And yes, this is just a combat gauntlet. There we go. I mean, I don't think they expect to end up delaying so long, exactly. But it's still a bit like... The game had... Well, okay, I don't know when the contract was made, of course, but assuming there won't be any delays is kind of a folly. So... You say that, but my school had third graders holding hands and kissing. Yeah, but that's not spanking.
To hide, spank you lot. Soon
Assuming some delay. Yeah, sure, but... I think at that point they could have already seen the writing on the wall. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Google just said, well, you know, that's not our problem. But they could have also, like, kind of talked about that and said, hey, the fact that after that, even then they were like, oh, reviews are not allowed to use any of their own footage, they have to use ours. Like, there were still a lot of stuff, things that they were scummy with that did not have to do with that at all. It could have been signed when Sadie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have expected. Stop spanking your girlfriend. Get your mind out of the gutter. So if they did on campus, imagine the weird shit they could. Hands holding. So disgusting.
Let's see what you think of this.
Ah, crap, I didn't want to use that on you. That crap you can be minted. That's legit image control. That's right. Exactly. Like them. They knew what their game would be like. And still they were like, so you had these reviewers saying like, I had tons of bugs everywhere. And then the footage is like this perfect pre-made loop of gameplay. And it's stuff like,
Looks like you're running out of time and
like saying, oh, it's a lot of people were saying that, and the reviewers were skeptical, of course. Things like, okay, there's gonna be a day one patch. We know this. How much it fixes, we don't know. And for obvious reasons, CDPR themselves were vague. Because they knew that if they were vague enough, there were people that just would not care. And it would basically assume that it fixes everything. And still buy their product. Myself, I was hopeful. I knew there was a day one patch coming. I also knew that it really wouldn't help that much since, you know, a day one patch can't help that much. Or they would have come out and publicly stated, hey, the review copies have a few bugs, but these will be ironed out near release. Like, in any community, anything can be, especially in gaming, a lot of things can be ironed out with communication. And, well, a lack of that usually signals that something, is, well, pretty scummy. Ha, hit him on the reflection. Come on.
Hey, that hurt!
The latest patch has made the game more unstable. God. That sucks. Wasn't the latest one only supposed to, like, fix some saving issues, though? On PC, at least. The marketing was a bit illegal. Most market players don't care about the product. They care. Yeah, exactly. They care about sales. The marketing department was like, if we manage to keep up the lie,
Look on the bright side, Count.
we will get enough sales, and we'll make our sales targets, and... you know, they'll get their bonus. I mean, if you remember, they were also planning on... they also had, you know, ye olde Metacritic bonus, for if your game got a high enough score on Metacritic, you would get a bonus. They decided not to do that since, surprise, surprise, their game was downvoted by people because they kind of felt lied to. I wonder why. Yeah, exactly. Marketing is there to sell copies. But, I mean, the long term, it kind of helps if your product is known as a good one instead of a very bad one. Oh yeah, by the way, you're invulnerable when using your like special ability, so
Try this.
ah damn it. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, it wasn't marketing that dictated um like the review thing. That was PR.
Let's see what you think of this. I've apprehended Count Spankulot and
In the end, it's just sad. Like, they had a game that clearly had great qualities, and they fucked it up in like 20 different ways. And a lot of this could have been fixed, between quotation marks, with just communication.
And it's so very
But I guess there's not really a good way to spin we've been bent over by Google and have to take it in a hole, and we're only allowed to choose which one. Yeah,
no.
While you were having your spanking party, Sector P has reported sighting a sweet revenge off the coast of South Dakota. Sweet revenge? That's sticky beard shit. Just get me aboard and number 5 will handle this one. So what are you waiting for? Number 86, out.
Time to knock the wind out of Sticky Beard's sails.
ah well, it'll be a good game in about half a year.
Why do you always gotta be pressing buttons when you don't know what they do?
That was my new harpoon, the one we were going to use to get number 5 aboard the Sweet Revenge.
Well, if you don't want me to press it, don't make it a button. Make it a, well, something less pressable.
Now what are we gonna do?
We'll need to build another one, I guess. Number 2, get us to the Sweet Revenge. Maybe we'll be able to find some spare parts you can rig up along the way.
Excellent work, my evil apprentice. The day we have longed for is almost upon us, my delightful children. Soon the kids next door will be no more!
Yes, Father.
What the hell? Is this some deep Kids Next Door lore that I don't know about? Oh, it's another flight level. Oh boy. Father, the main villain, I guess. That sounds about right. Ah, more loading. That's great. The good kids will listen to Father. this series has some really weird like villain dynamics. Is like, the evil kids are ones that have been raised well and listen to their father. They follow the rules. Yeah, the rules are there for a reason, damn it. How disgusting. Don't worry, Shadow. When you have kids on your own and they're about to touch your Lego collection, you'll wish they listened to you. You know, talking about series, I've been watching the some more of the Clone Wars series, the the first season. It's not as bad as I expected it to be. I mean, there's like very little cohesive Storytelling and there's very little cohesion between the episodes, and frankly, the storytelling is ass. But it's not unbearable. Like, they really are just background noise to get through. Animation is pretty rough. Storyline is alright at best. Yeah, the animation is like, it's because I don't know how it gets better. It's like as a baseline, it's
Kids next
the
door.
storyline is a lot of whatchamacallit. It's a lot of it's very clearly meant to be like an episodic thing. It's like there's very little cohesion between episodes. They don't explain who Grievous is. I mean, I kind of guess they expect you to have watched the movies at least, but still.
One of your ships sticking weird, or is it just what that makes it do that?
So it's a lot of Grievous does X, and the crew foils him. And that's about it. Most of Villain of the Week. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it is. It's like, it might not be Villain of the Week, but it's a lot of Issue of the Week. The Separates are doing this attack. Oh no, we have to foil him. Like, you kind of want your series to start with a strong story to hook people in. Here was like, okay, they kind of do it with that whole malevolence shtick. So, like, the first episode is Yoda negotiating. I'm like, okay. And then it just kind of disappears. And then after that, they go this whole malevolent shtick, and that works for like 2 episodes, and then it's like somewhere else again. Like, okay, sure, I guess. This will be a... This level doesn't have much downtime, unfortunately, so I can't really read chat. I also remember this level being rather long the last time around. So we have to collect 10 of those, and we're at 3. But, again, I can't read chat, unfortunately. I'm still really enjoying the show, and I know it gets better, because I've watched a little bit of the later stuff already, just don't remember much of it. But I remember enjoying that, so...
The only sweet revenge around here, Sticky Beard, is gonna be mine. Served cold like the Arctic prison cell that's waiting for you. Oh,
Closing amendments are the big things from the series. Of course, Ahsoka, but those things... No, Ahsoka's already in episode 2. But I do get what you mean. Well, if we're gonna double up, that'll make it a lot better. Oh, another one already? Wow. Eight out of 10. Okay, we're almost there. The Bounty Hunter starts in season 2. Can't recall everything. I'll see.
Get it? Sail?
I'm in no hurry to watch the series. It's also, I mean, there's 7 seasons, I think, so it's not exactly like I'll be able to binge it before the holidays are over. Unless, of course, I just don't stream at all. But that would be awful, now wouldn't it?
You call these fearsome pirates? I've seen pirates bobbing for apples on Halloween with better aim.
I'm not exactly sure I prefer this version. It should be the last one. One more. Well, there it is. Another one? Oh, now they're homing. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, come on! This 24 is gonna be tougher than
Smooth flying.
End of the level? I think so. Mission complete. How many are left? Don't think that there's that many, actually. Unfortunately, if I quit out, we have to do the loading again.
More like a bunch of suckers to me.
Don't stop now! The sweet revenge is getting away!
We'll see about that. Number 4, fire harpoon.
Is Lucky taking a 3-week vacation in January? What a guy.
The other button, number 4.
I wanted to say Lucky streams more than I do, but I'm not exactly sure about that. Certainly not for the past few weeks.
Captain, candy stealing children off the starboard bow.
Well, blow me bubblegum. Quick to the cannons. Fire at will, mateys. Arrgh, I can't fight a proper battle on an empty stomach. Time to visit me candy treasure it is.
Nice shot. Now it's time for number 5 to go nab some candy. I mean, Sticky Beard.
But then again, I do a lot of other stuff in between streaming. At least, well, not now, but normally I do. Not streaming, can't have that. You need to experience growing up under the CCP and maybe failing the Gao Kao. Oh, good grief. What is that game gonna even be? What is the gameplay there? Just getting yelled at in Chinese that I don't understand? Wonderful. Truly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna quickly make some more tea. But I'm gonna mute the mic because it makes a hell of a noise. So see you in a few minutes.
I'm in. Now to sneak through the Sweet Revenge and find Sticky Beard. I can't handle all these candy pirates at once. I'm gonna have to pick them off one by one, number 5 style. These candy pirates are so sugared up, number 5 ought to be able to sneak right past them. I just gotta stay out of their way. If just one of those pirates spots me, I'm gonna need a hiding place fast, or else number 5 is walking the plank. Candy pirates. Why can't people just share their candy? Number 5 will never know.
Really? A stealth mission? Oh boy. Hey, I know how to solve this puzzle though. See fusion. It's called random walking. And it is actually a solution. Just randomly walk around. And one day you'll randomly walk past all the guards. It might just take a while. Just finishing making my tea. Surely I need to know what living under a CCP regime is like. Can't wait till I'm kidnapped by the Chinese and forced to research new coronavirus mutations. What do we have? A fixed camera angle. Oh, how I love it. Well, I do instantly die. Is that sparkling because it's clean? Oh, this music is way too dramatic for this. Yeah, of course, it's candy. That explains everything. Thank you, Shadow.
Man, that was too easy.
Methinks we got us a stowaway aboard, mateys. Come to steal me candy treasures. So keep your eyes peeled and your powdered sugar dry.
Powdered sugar dry? Man, that's almost as bad as number 2.
Well, that's a big gun. They also instantly die when you slap them, so... The music just
Methinks this stowaway
changed
has
rather
escaped
dramatically.
to steal me candy, laddies. Me Jolly Roger is safer now. As you were.
We'll see how lacking it feels when I stow my foot in his sticky butt.
Truly a kid's show. I can see why you like this, Shadow. It adheres to your American humor. And yes, I do mean that in the most derogatory way possible. Better than Dutch humor. Hey. Dutch humor is great. Oh, a little closer, please. Damn it.
Man, that hurt.
No comment there, Shadow. Why does this guy just not have a neck? This camera's really annoying. Yes, I am doing the oldie blame the camera here. See, stealth is for losers. When you're as good as me, you don't need it. And
Candy cannonballs. With these candy pirates aim, number 5 can't think of a better way to, well, nowhere left to go but up.
there we go. God, I'm good.
Sure would be nice to hang out and enjoy the view, but when number 5 is done with Sticky Beard, he'll be enjoying the view from his new prison cell.
What is this guy doing even that's so bad? Is he stealing candy or something? I guess only a real fan of the show would know.
Sugar me timbers, mateys. It seems our little stowaway may have what it takes after all. An extra ration of jelly beans to the one that brings her to me.
God, that cheese hot. Oof.
Jelly beans? Man, surely number 5 is worth more than a handful of old...
Stealing and hoarding all the candy. You hire it. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, you know?
Jelly beans, licorice, makes no difference. You'll be getting no candy from me, lassie. Best abandon me ship while ye still can.
It's good for your teeth. Good night, tri-state area. Let's try that again. What did I get seen by? Oh, come on. That wouldn't count. See, I'm just really good. Are we talking Star Wars? We were a little bit ago. I was talking about the Clone Wars series, and how I was watching. I was currently watching the first season, and it was like, not a great series, not bad, but I knew it was gonna get better. So.
Okay, there's the cool bus. Now I just gotta...
And people were mentioning how
More candy pirates? Man, don't these guys get shore leave at some point?
how it does get a lot better. Finally got my wife to watch relevant episodes. I might watch it with my girlfriend, but I'll need to ask her. She does like Star Wars, but she's not as big as a fan as me.
That hit the spot, baby.
Oh, I thought they already noticed me. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
All right.
Just unlock you. Ah, damn it.
These sugar-coated creeps to deal with, and it's all good.
Well, she really likes Mando. And she watched the she rewatched the newest episodes.
Okay.
Sorry, newest. She's been rewatching them with her family.
More candy pirates?
So we'll see if she likes it, if she's interested as well. Probably is, actually. Otherwise, I'll just lure her in with KOTOR. Obviously. Who doesn't like KOTOR? No. Good. Mando's pretty appealing for the rewatch, similar to the original trilogy. Yeah, she rewatched the original, sure, the prequels, and Solo, which I personally thought was a bit mediocre, but hey.
Now I just gotta. What the? More candy pirates? Man, don't these guys get
KOTOR is quite the game.
so
Second was pretty much a long setup for a punchline we see coming. I don't know. I have never watched the first one. I've never watched the second one. Beyond what I'm playing right now with the first, that is. I heard Mando as Lando. Yeah, Lando is pretty appealing too, but you gotta be into him, you know? Come on. That's one side done. Ugh. I still feel grumpy when I think I'm missing the HK factory didn't happen. Well, I wouldn't know. I've been I've been enjoying what I've been playing of KOTOR quite a lot though, and I look forward to playing more probably tomorrow. Solo was fine. Solo is a movie. That's all I can say about it. Really? It's not like Han needed an extensive backstory, in my opinion. So, so yeah, like, Han being who he is, just It's like, it's some more. If you like Star Wars, it's more Star Wars, that's it.
Man, I may have silenced those guns, but number 5's ears are gonna be ringing for a week.
Yeah, exactly. There's not the only black character in the entire in the prequels. Sorry, the original trilogy. It was strictly for making money, and it didn't. I think it was the only movie that didn't turn a box office profit. Parsecs as a unit of distance finally explained. That's true. I guess that was kind of neat, but I think, wasn't that explained in the extended universe before, though? Also, parsecs still don't make sense as a unit of distance. It's a unit of time. Oh, sorry, no, it was, it's a unit of distance, but it was used as a unit of time. In conversation, and which didn't really make sense. It's also the Last Jedi's fault. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's like, it doesn't... It's not as bad as Skywalker Rises. Did the castle run in parsecs? Yeah, I know, exactly. But it didn't make much sense when it was like, he's the fastest one out there. He did a distance in... Sorry, he did a run in time without explaining that that meant he took the shortest route because it was dangerous. It was just something that was fine in the OT, but it was like, it's nice that they still explained it a bit more. But again, it's not bad, it's just a movie.
All hands on deck, mateys.
I'm not gonna complain that it exists. I liked Rise of Skywalker more than Solo. Solo is just inoffensive, it's bland. Rise of Skywalker was aggressively abrasive to me. It's not bad, exactly, it's just a movie.
Jolly Roger, the tastiest and rarest candy in all of North America. Maybe Sticky Face has good tasting candy after all.
Boss fights? That looks like a boss fight.
Hands away from the beard, Sticky Fool. There'll be no more candy where you're going.
For Rise, I saw the movie they wanted to make needed like 6 more hours for... Yeah, and 2 more movies. Well, exactly, 6 more hours. It's like... Palpatine coming back to life is... aggressively Star Wars. In a lot of ways. I can't attack them. Him. Why not? Do we need to open the things? I'm dead. An alternative where Carrie Fisher didn't die. It's like the first movie, the Force Awakens, was alright, but it didn't have the follow-up it needed to make it a good movie. The Last Jedi was all around a piece of trash. And then the last movie was one that needed... Exactly, it needed the previous 2 movies to explain shit. But it didn't, which made it bad, because no one understood why or what was happening. Why did we throw away the past 2 movies of development and just kind of get Palpatine again? I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. Yeah, it's almost like the trilogy format works great in Star Wars. But then you need someone who actually writes a trilogy instead of, like, writing the first movie, or maybe the first 2, and then just... you know... not doing that. think it could have worked if two in a row were by the same person. Yeah, exactly. But they just the fact that the movies were continuously made by not the same people and by someone who actively disliked Star Wars as well. It's just, why? Why would you do this? And it was probably due to Disney saying, oh look, it's a big name. Surely they can make a success out of a Star Wars movie. Not realizing that for Star Wars to be successful, you need someone who really understands why people went to those movies. Was I not fast enough? Oh, nice. Well, I don't think writing a trilogy would not to say, yeah, exactly. There are a lot of bad decisions. There were a lot of bad decisions made when deciding the sequels. That's a waste. Good, 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 good. There we go. And as I mentioned before, the fact that Mando did well just means that Disney's gonna shit out more sort of similar movies just to cash in on that, and they're gonna... nice overlapping dialogue. They're gonna cash in, they're gonna run it into the ground, and then do the exact same thing that sort of happened after 3. Where there weren't any big movies for a long time because they fucked it up. It's gonna be the exact same thing over again.
I may not be a member of your stupid kids next door anymore, but
in like 15 years, we're gonna get one good movie, one mediocre movie, and one movie that drives the other two back into obscurity.
Let's just say that I've been spending some time with my friends from down the lane.
Well, who else would hang out with you except those creeps?
Very funny, Flabbergale.
Yeah, we'll see, but that's my expectation, roughly speaking. Because LucasArts didn't learn, or Lucas didn't learn, and Disney sure as hell won't either.
Number 5, you'll never guess who I just saw jumping off the Sweet Revenge.
Cree?
Wow, great guess. How'd you...
Just pick up number 5 and get us back to base. Fast!
I think the series they announced with a lot of promise. I'll believe it when I see it. The one directed by Filoni, yeah, I have hope for that. The Boba Fett books. The other stuff, no. My expectations are basically Solo. Aggressively bland is my expectation. 32 TV series? Jesus Christ. Well, Lucas was also an idiot, so, I mean, doesn't surprise me. 32, good grief.
Ooh, hi, pretty firefly. What's the matter?
To be fair, but like, you...
Don't have kidnapped your friends.
What the hell?
Squeezing out their poo to make glow-in-the-dark toothpaste so parents can tell if their kids brushed before bedtime.
What?
Don't worry, little firefly. Follow me. I'll rescue your friends.
Like, you can... I'm sure you can make 32 series from the Star Wars universe, but you kind of have to spread that out a lot. Like, you could have, in theory, a kids series like Clone Wars, which is a kid series by all regards, and something like Mandalorian running at the same time, but more. Ugh. Like the DZT series, because crossovers. I mean, interconnecting them is not bad. It just needs to not become a mess. Because I already kind of had that with Mandalorian. Because I was like, who the fuck's Bo-Katan? And I was like, oh, she's from the Clone Wars. Well, I haven't watched that, so eh. But it still worked all right. Like the premise of exiled Mando wants to take back her planet, not so difficult to grasp. But it also makes it's not a bad thing, I guess, because it also elevates the Ahsoka appearance from just a Jedi to something much more. And the Thrawn mention, for example, as well. It's like not just a commander. No, it's we know who this is, but it doesn't make the episodes incomprehensible. It doesn't need to be written all in the same corner of a vast universe. Yeah, exactly. I would prefer mentions rather than proper crossovers because I would like to be able to watch one series without having to have watched all of the other ones. I would prefer something a bit more like not like the Avengers per se. Maybe not without the huge connecting movies, but kind of exactly like something like Ahsoka appearing in this. It's like it needs a cooking show. Well, have I got some news for you? Watch the Christmas special. It has a cooking show in there. I'm not joking. There's a Wookiee cooking show in the Christmas special. Go watch it. It'll blow your mind. The Christmas special is really, really bad. You just you just know the actors have been doing just straight lines of coke for every line of dialogue they had to do. It's just I'm so glad it still exists. I haven't watched the Lego one yet, but I should watch the original one with Ava. I should actually do that. Should have done that on Christmas. Oh God.
Kids Next Door operating instructions.
So, you've come to rescue all the cute little fireflies, have you? Well, after my Dentadrones get done with you, you too will be wearing a bug-bright smile.
What did you say, little firefly? If I help you get to the fence gate, you can help me get into the next yard? Okay, but I don't know. You seem kind of small.
What? You speak firefly? But how?
You guys gonna have to collect
Follow me,
these?
firefly friend. This way. What? Ooh, that sounds painful. Stay
Oh,
close to me, little firefly.
did I
I'll
just
keep
kill
away
one of
from
them?
Mean old bug zappers.
Whoops.
If you get zapped, even a little, fly back to where you started so I can find you, okay?
I may have just killed some. Whoops. They're not dead. Yet.
Follow me, little fireflies. I can take 4 of you at a time.
Casually murdering them, even though, hey, All dead. Those are some powerful fireflies, that's for sure.
Well, your rescue attempt is charming, number 3. It is hopeless, I'm afraid. For every firefly you save, my Dentadrones bring an entire jar full to, well, a secret location that you will never find.
How many levels were passed left after this? We've been going through them quite quickly.
They do what? Well, that's not very nice. Hmm? But I don't have any weapons. So I guess we'll just have to stay away from those zombie things together.
Probably halfway. Okay. It's about what I expected. Actually, I think I'm more than halfway. But I don't remember... Well, after this... I kind of want to look at the level list, but I have to go through and the loading screen for that. But if it's a lot of work, you don't have to, of course. That is such a strong word. Free trial of life has expired. Good grief. Because I think there were like 8 levels left, and I did like 4, which means I guess I'm halfway with this this bit. Ow. I don't see a upgrade yet though. That should be 6 out of 8. You'd be 120 into a 2-hour speedrun after this. Well, that sounds about, you know, on par for what I expected. Which is about 2/3.
Ah, what a nice backyard. Lots of room to play and dance. Oh, and have playing parties and dancing parties and tea parties.
Hey there, Sugar. So yeah, I'll finish this level. Well, that's the idea. I'll finish this level and then I should be able to finish next stream. There we go. Can I get my entire weapon here? Clearly didn't watch enough Chinese cinema. Well, don't worry there, Sugar, because apparently I'm going to be playing How You Get Raised in the CCP soon, courtesy of C Fusion. Because he has some really weird idea of what kind of games I should play. Oh, wait, could I... Hmm. Okay. Oh, crap.
Hello, pretty, pretty firefly. I'm here to rescue you.
Okay, there's two up there. Okay, so I know where all of them are. There we go. And that should just be one more. Game is quite fun, yeah. Oh, well, we'll just have to see. I'll be playing your Patreon game on Friday as well, by the way. With regards to New Year's. Well, I guess it's Old Year. You know what I mean. I'll be busy Thursday evening, so I'll be doing your game on Friday.
So, think you can avoid good oral hygiene that easily, do you? Well, let's see how you handle it when my Dentadrones turn this neighborhood into a full-blown flossing party!
A party? Sounds like fun. Ooh, what should I wear?
What is it? What are you... It's not a fun party! It's a torturous, tooth-tapping, perilous party of pain!
Great! Should I
Oh
do
boy,
guacamole?
got a dentist appointment next week. Can't wait. I can't wait to be berated by my dentist for not flossing again. Honestly, which... I'm sure there's some people out there that floss, but... Those people are weird. I'm also looking around for the upgrades. Because then I can go around a lot easier. A lot more easily. Those are only useful once I actually have my weapon, so... Come on, where's my 2x4 upgrades? Slightly awkward position on my controller. Ugh. There we go. 6 out of 8. Nice, I jumped right into that one. Where are the last ones? Ah, there was one here. Ah, the other one's here.
Spooky forest with spooky trees.
Still no 2x4s. We need to make 2 of these trips, so that's
Don't worry,
1.
Firefly. I never brush my teeth with firefly butts.
Ow. No, you killed 2 of them, damn it. The first area? Really? How did I miss those?
Once parents see how brilliant their children's teeth can be with my Bug Bright toothpaste, they'll be drawn to it like... like fireflies to a bug zapper.
Not if I can help it.
But that's just it.
Ah, okay, I'll go back.
You can't help it!
Can too.
Cannot!
Unless this is the end of the level.
Oh, stop that!
Because, getting through these areas will be very annoying without the weapon. A roof area on the first one. If only I could go faster. Oh no. I think they locked him up. Yeah, I think I'm screwed. Ah well. I really did, yeah. Pretty sure that's where I came through. Right? Don't need the handicap exactly, I'm just too damn good. I mean, it's not that difficult to dodge these, but it might just get annoying. Such disappointment. Ah, well, I'm used to it. To the disappointment part, that is. So I like how your horizontal movement doesn't change at all when you're jumping. I don't know where this door is, but I better figure it out fast. Where is this door? Oh, is it there? Yeah, I guess it's here. Yeah. Okay, there's only 8.
Don't worry, Firefly.
So I know we can just do it with one more run. Hey, I didn't know if it could be on a route. And here's the other two. Right. There we go. Despite being on like Gen 10, I have yet to have a single run where it didn't disappoint my parents at least once. Look, with you, that doesn't really surprise me that your parents are disappointed permanently. There we go. I think there's one more boss fight and then the level should be done. Let's say it this way, C Fusion. If you don't disappoint your Chinese parents at least once, have you really lived? More flag gathering and then, oh boy. I can't wait. If you disappoint, you die. That's a bit morbid, but I mean, I don't have Chinese parents, so I can't deny that. Well, just wait a quick half hour for it to finish loading. We can finally start. Been whacked with a wooden spoon before. God. For me, it was mostly pillows getting thrown at my head. That's what I can remember. Usually didn't hit too hard. Usually. Come on. Just a little bit more. I wonder how I'm gonna do the boss fight without the weapon. Well, I guess the weapon doesn't harm usually, it freezes, but... Told to kneel on a washboard? What? What are these weird ass punishments? Good grief. Wait, is it the exact same... Okay, I know we were playing in the same garden areas, but I could accept that, but same boss areas?
To the clock tower, my firefly darts are sealed with child-proof lids, completely impervious to brats like you.
What's that, little firefly? Maybe if I can find enough of your friends, they can burn through those lids and rescue them? Then let's do it!
No! Can't these stupid fireflies keep a secret?
Okay, little firefly, listen up. The only way I can rescue
We're
all
using
your
all
friends
us. Yeah,
is
exactly.
to
It is
outnumber
changing up
8
what we do
times.
at least.
That's right, twice as many as before. Wow, I didn't know you guys could do math. Ooh, pretty clock tower. Does it have bells? I want to ring the bells. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling.
Okay, to be fair, this is quite different from what we had to do before.
You're
I,
welcome,
I gotta give him credit where credit's due.
friends to rescue and I'll be done.
Yeah, I missed one, I know.
Uh-oh, little fireflies. I'll never get past those gears without getting smushed. Looks like it's all up to you now. Sorry.
It's very difficult to actually gauge the depth at which some of these are.
Aw, you don't need to thank me, firefly friends. I've still got half of your friends to rescue.
Go. Just 9 to go. At least they also got rid of the max 4 rule here.
Aw, you're too kind. I couldn't have done it without you, you cute little glowy fireflies.
That should be all of the ones I need, I think. No, I'm 1 short. If I hadn't missed that one firefly... Like, really, all of them? Well, there we go. What? What's going on?
Oh, lousy kids next door. Even if I do run out of fireflies, there's always stink bugs.
Blech! They ought to call you Yucky Brace.
Stink right toothpaste for teeth so white you can smell it. Oh, or maybe spider paste, the toothpaste that flosses while you brush.
La la la, I'm not listening. La 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 la.
Never mind. I already have enough bug bright to brush all the children's teeth in the world. And all of it in a secret location where you'll never find it. Or me.
Oh wait, that's the end of the level. Huh. So there's not even a cutscene. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. Oh no, never mind. There's a cutscene still.
Good work, number
Still
three.
going to be the end of the stream
Fireflies
though, but
rescued
we'll watch the
everything
cutscene
to
first.
Nightbrace's secret hideout.
Bingo. It doesn't get any clearer than that.
The cavity cave.
Excellent. Now it's time to put the squeeze on Mr. Bug Bright toothpaste. Number 4, you stay back and guard the treehouse.
Again? But
And don't touch any buttons.
All right, team. Let's go floss Nightbrace.
Someday game, maybe. I had this when I originally started up the game. I just wasn't sure if it even worked because it just took so long to load. But I don't expect a cutscene to be coming exactly. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow with whatever. So till then, have a good evening and good night.